Hey y'all, I just wanted to come back on here and give you guys an update. I think it's been almost 16 months, a year and a half or so since my first video. I kind of took a break for a while, but a lot of you guys have asked for an update. And honestly, I wanted to wait a bit until I had more of a positive update, but I don't know, the hair's been going through some things. So obviously this is a Magic Sleek journey. I would say my journey with Magic Sleek is kind of on pause. I don't know, indefinitely. I don't know if I just need a break. But basically, to give you the short of it, I got my hair done 3 times with Magic Sleek with one salon. It was a salon near me in Queens. I gave a few of you guys the names of it in the comments, and I liked them. They were a predominantly Japanese salon, which is, I started going to them because I got my Japanese straightening from them. They had a lot of good reviews for that. I reached out to see if they did Magic Sleek once I learned about it, and they did. So I was like, cool, I've already gone there. They were relatively priced. So I just went back. And again, I had never gotten Magic Sleep before. I wasn't really sure what to expect. So I liked the services. As you guys saw all my videos, I really liked it. My hair was definitely still, like, when it straightened, it got very thin, like I showed you guys in a few videos. But I was kind of just like, okay, it is what it is. Then just kind of on when I was ready to rebook, I was looking up reviews of Magic Sleek, or I was in the deep dark hole of the internet and was finding people that have had Magic Sleek who their hair stays straight. Not as much as Japanese straightening, but they were able to wash it, air dry, and it would remain straight, pretty much pin straight, like the final look of a Magic Sleek for about 7 to 8 months. And I was like, that's weird, because pretty much when I wash my hair from the first time of treatment, it's still pretty curly, which you guys have seen in the other videos. Now, again, that's not a bad thing. As it was really great for just relaxing the curls, smoothing it. It obviously made straightening way quicker and way easier. But I was a little bit torn with like the maintenance, plus my job was getting very intense and I didn't really have time for the whole wash days that I used to. So I was like, do I want to go back to that more just, straight, effortless, wash the hair and go kind of thing? So I was looking up again, found a new salon that was in New Jersey. This one I found because when I Googled Magic Sleek, and then I think I used their like salon finder and or something like that, and basically like a Magic Sleek salon came up at this place in New Jersey. I was like, oh, this is interesting. Called them. They have amazing reviews for Magic Sleep, like raving reviews. And that's the one thing, a lot of places will have Magic Sleek on their roster, maybe 1 or 2 reviews on like Google or Yelp, but that's kind of like not their bread and butter. But this service, this salon, at least this one woman, this was like her bread and butter. So I'm like, oh, maybe I should go to this place and just kind of see if Magic Sleek, but done in a different way at a different salon, is better, because they had so many good reviews. Don't stray from, if it ain't broke, why fix it? So I go, it's in New Jersey, it's about an hour and a half drive both ways, but anything for hair, right? So I go, and I noticed they were doing it a bit different. They washed my hair, I think, then put on the treatment, and then they were blow drying and flat ironing my hair with the treatment in. And I was like, this is interesting. Okay, obviously I was like, this is scary, because there's no conditioning products in it. It's just the treatment, and then you hear the sizzling and the smoke. I'm like, oh my god. So, and if you're following the videos in my most recent video, I had recently gotten my hair lightened, which I loved. I was obsessed with. I was so happy to have that color. So most of my head was kind of fully bleached. Now, after they wash the Magic Sleek out and then they do the blow drying and flat ironing, they were saying like that you probably shouldn't bleach all of your hair so much, because like my hair is more on the sensitive or fine side, and it like can't handle basically both of these treatments, which is clearly true, and I wish I knew that before. So this is where it's hard, and I'll insert a video or a clip of what my hair looked like. It was funny because I think I've told you, with Magic Sleek, it does pretty drastically change the color of your hair. That's why you should go after a Magic Sleek to get any sort of toning or color correcting, because my hair was a very nice warm medium brown, and then it turned it like absolutely yellow, and not like in an intentional kind of coppery bronze yellow. It was just like yellow. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna have to get this like corrected, but that's fine, as long as it's still like the straight or like more wavy, fine. Basically my hair was super thin, and I feel like from that point on it was kind of starting to break. Nothing major where it's just like broken off or like broken from the root, but I just noticed my hair is already thin, and I just noticed it was really thinning. So that obviously bummed me out. This place was not cheap, it was very far, and now I potentially wasted about I don't know, at that point it might have been 12 or 16 months of just really keeping good care of my hair. And then I finally went out on that limb and decided to like do the bleach, but then it backfired. So that left me in kind of a rut for like a few months. I was like, I don't know what to do. So basically, what I think is that my hair can't handle both. I don't know if it can handle bleaching as well as Magic Sleek. I also don't know I don't know which way is the right way to do Magic Sleek. My first salon put the product in, I think they like let it sit and then they washed it out and then we came back and like blow dried and stuff. This place flat ironed with the Magic Sleek in my hair. So I don't know if like, my old salon, it might have been like a weaker way to do it, aka my hair was still curly when I washed it, but my hair was healthier. But also this was before I got bleach, so I never went back to that first salon since I had gotten my lightening services, so that's also hard to tell. Or I did one time, sorry, but it was only half of my head, so it was just a bit harder to gauge how damaged my hair was. So I don't know, I'm curious to know everyone else's experience, if they actually flat iron with the treatment in it, or if they wash it out first, and if that's made a difference for their hair. And part of me is like, should I just do Magic Sleek? Sorry. Part of me is like, should I just grow out my hair and basically just continue the Magic Sleek without lightening my hair? Maybe it would have been fine. Or vice versa, maybe I do the lightening, but I don't do Magic Sleek. So kind of gave it a pause for 3 months because it still was pretty straight. And then basically I ended on doing keratin. So I am now on my second treatment of a keratin service. I was always a bit hesitant of keratin before because of formaldehyde, although now there's a lot of formaldehyde free or, very low formaldehyde options. And I was also just weary because of the money, and then it just washes out. Sometimes, as early as 6 weeks, and or it's like up to 3 months, where to me that just felt pricey to do often. But I was also a little bit younger and the money factor was a bit harder. Now that I'm getting older and obviously all my trials and tribulations through hair, I'm kind of like, okay, I might be willing to pay that every 3 months if it means healthier hair. So I'm in a bit of an in-between. My hair, hopefully to you guys, it looks okay. I do have tape-in extensions now, which is a little bit sad because I had sworn off pretty much any type of extensions. I haven't worn any since about 2018, which there's nothing wrong with them at all. I was just so glad to finally have my head free of wigs and weaves and tape-ins and keratin bonds. Like, I've had every type of extension and my hair was finally getting long enough that I felt comfortable without them. But what it wasn't getting was that volume. It's crazy because, as you guys have seen in all my clips, when it's curly, when I freshly wash it, I have the volume, but it's something about my strand. One hairdresser said you have a lot, your strands are fine, you just have a lot of them. So when it's in its natural state, it's a lot wider. But then when you start to blow dry it, it turns into like very fine or thin hair. So, figures. But yeah, so right now I'm kind of just sticking with the keratin because it's not fully breaking my curls, it's just smoothing it, so it does make it a lot easier to straighten. But when I wash it, by no means is it straight. I would say it's a bit of a relaxed curl at best, but it's definitely, you still gotta work through it. You can't wash and go at all, but it does, the straightening time is really quick and it does straighten very smooth. It feels good. So my next thought is I might stick with keratin for a while and then go back. I'm not going to bleach my whole head anymore. I think my hair is just too, it's got to be one or the other, or like 75% this, 25% this. So I think the 75% is going to be the straightening. I think I've let go of the idea of just washing my hair and my roots are straight. There'll always be some level of work, and that's just what it is. So I think that's the 75%. And then I'm always going to have a little bit of lightening. Seeing myself with my hair light now, I can't go back. It's hard to go back. So right now I do have tape-ins, and I'll show you guys a clip of what it looks like for my recent keratin just directly after washing it, so you can tell like the curls are definitely there. But it's funny because you can tell that stark difference again between keratin at the roots and then very straight where that Magic Sleek was. So, I'm torn. A lot of you guys have reached out and said, like, whether it was because of my video or not, that you've had Magic Sleek or your daughters have had Magic Sleek and it was amazing. And I'm hyped for you guys. And that's where I just don't know if maybe I overdid it with the bleaching, or if that salon or if that straightening with the Magic Sleek in is just too intense for my hair. I'm not sure. Maybe I'll never really know, but I wanted to round out at least the Magic Sleek journey. I'll probably do an update on just my keratin and how that's going, because we're all on this road now together, and I love getting your guys's comments too and products that have worked for you or not. The keratin that I got was the keratin complex, like smoothing treatment. I've heard a lot of good things about Peter Cupola, the guy that I went to who had amazing reviews. I think he used to do Peter Cupola. He no longer does. So I'm a little bit, I might want to try that one next, the keratin. We'll see. That is one thing I noticed. So far I've only had keratin for like a total of 5.5 months, and I have had 2 treatments so far. I don't know. The first time I got braids after about a month and a half of the keratin. So I don't know if that just made the keratin fade out quicker, which I don't see why it would because I wasn't washing my hair. But I definitely felt like I needed a new keratin like the second my braids were out, just because it felt drier. But you know, obviously I wasn't washing and conditioning my hair crazy, so that could have been it. But the keratins are supposed to last like, you know, around 3 months, and then it's not that the straightening effects aren't there anymore. It's just like that, you know, the coating or something just starts to fade with every shampoo you do. So I'm going to give it a bit of keratins just to like let my hair grow back to health again. We're there. And then see, I'm probably going to continue to do these like just face framing highlight stuff around the face. But yeah, it's crazy because my hair, and I'll insert a photo, my hair is the longest it's ever been at the pieces that didn't break off. And it's weird. It's like the 2 areas from my temples and in front of my ears are hanging on strong. I'm theorizing that it's because it's closer to my face, so it's just like easier to get that condition because always the back of my head seems to break first. And I sleep with a scarf and I brush very gently. I don't know what it is, but you'll see in the photo my front pieces and strands like is pretty much this length, but I use the tape ins to fill out that length in the back of my head because that's where I have a lot of just breakage. And you can kind of probably see in between this or some of the videos, like my hair will be pretty dense and thick to like a point, but then where it starts to get more of the Magic Sleek and more of where it was bleached for the ends, that's when it just finds out or just pretty much completely breaks off. So again, and I've always had this, I showed you guys this in my past Magic Sleek video. It's kind of, the back of my head's always been an issue. The back of my head is ridiculous. Also, if you guys have any questions about tape-ins, feel free to ask. Let me see if I can find these guys. I have, I think, a total of 9 or 10 in my hair, predominantly around the back, just again to like fill out the ends, because as you can kind of see, well, these are baby hairs, but as you can see, like this is my hair, right? So it's the same length as the tape ins, but you can just see it gets kind of thin. And this is, you know, it's a lot of strands, so I just do that to beefing it out. And I've had them done professionally, I've done them myself, pros and cons to both, and I can tell you them if you're curious. What I can tell you is if you do decide to try the tape-in route, especially getting them done professionally, girl, you are never going to want to go back. It is dangerous. I warn you to proceed with caution, but damn, you'll feel good. But yeah, so hopefully that was helpful. Hopefully this is not the case for anyone else watching the story, but I did just want to, you know, come on and tell you guys, if you have a hair texture that's similar to mine and you've seen my other videos and anything has resonated with you, that maybe you have a lot of hair but it's fine and it tends to be dry and XYZ, maybe don't do bleach and Magic Sleek. But whatever you do, I hope it looks great. I hope I was helpful, and I'll see you guys in the next video.